Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we will continue with our second unit, which is titled Careers. Our lesson today is the grammar lesson in your books, page 22 and 23. All you need for the lesson today is your books, page 22 and 23, your workbooks for some exercise, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. Let's get started. You had a homework from yesterday's lesson, which was the discussion lesson. Which of the qualities do you think the three people you have read about need in their jobs? If you still remember, we have spoken about three: car sculptor, animation designer, and a food scientist. And the following page, we've spoken about the qualities. We have covered here qualities employers look for when they are hiring for jobs. Let's read them all together in here. These are the skills that I want you to match them with the jobs. Number 1, here, communication skills. 2, honesty and integrity. Teamwork skills. Interpersonal skills. Strong work ethics. Motivation and initiative, flexibility and adaptability, analytical skills, computer skills, organizational skills, time management skills, and critical thinking, which is creativity. Now we're going to speak about the clay sculptor, who was Salim Saif. Which one of the 12? Let's choose 2 of them. That if you want to be a car sculptor, you have to have these 2 skills or qualities. For me, I have chosen that he should be have flexibility and adaptability. You know, when you are working, crafting something bad, something wrong might happen. So you have to be flexible and work on the problem. He should have critical thinking. Critical thinking, someone who is creative, knows how to come up with new ideas. For the food scientist, Matthew Duval, he should have honesty and integrity. He is dealing with things that people are going to eat, so he had to be an honest person. Also, he should have communication skills. Why? Because he is going to deal with people, present the flavors, the new flavors for them. So, you should know how to deal with others, express your ideas. How about the animation designer? He should have teamwork skills, because we're having an animation, animated video is a group work. So, you're not going to work individually. And also, interpersonal skills. You're going to work with the client, with your boss or manager, and with your colleagues within the team. You have to know how to deal with everyone within the team. Okay? So these they are. For our lesson today, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to use present perfect progressive correctly. Then we will compare the present perfect progressive with the present perfect simple. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to talk about your interests and abilities, and you will use the preposition plus gerund, which is talking about your interests. Let's get started in here. Here, our friend today is going to be Adnan Ali, who is 25 years old. He's going to tell us about himself. He is trying to find a job, so he's going to tell us about himself. I am Adnan Ali. I have studied journalism, and also I have made 3 job interviews, and I have been working in media since 2007, and I have been looking for a job for 3 months. This is about our friend Adnan, and we are going to take his speech 2 by 2, and we're going to try to analyze them. Here, what did he say? Here he said, I have studied journalism. He studied journalism in the past and he graduated now. I have made 3 job interviews so far. I have met many people. And I have presented many TV shows. Let's try to highlight the verbs in here. Have studied, have made, have met, and have presented. Which tense are we using in here? We're using perfect tense because we're having have and has. And it is the simple perfect tense, present perfect simple. Notice the action, it started in the past and the effect is still happening. I have studied journalism for a long period and now I'm a graduate. I can see the result. I have met many people in the past and I'm still meeting new people. So for the present perfect simple, we use the pronoun he, she, it, they, you, we, or I. Because it's a perfect tense, what do we need? We're going to need has or have. If it is one, so has, otherwise you will use have. Then followed, because we're having the has or have, you will use the verb number 3, which is the past participle of the verb. An example, people have tried to build many walking robots. Have tried in the past and they are trying today. From the past until today. Also, we have done one project. So far, we have done one and we are going to do more and more in the future. Okay, back to our friend Adnan Ali in here. He will tell us more about himself. I have been preparing my CV for weeks. I have been working in media since 2007. And I have been looking for a job for 3 months. Let's try to highlight here the verbs. Have been preparing, have been working, and have been looking. We're having have here, have and has, so it's a perfect tense. Present perfect, and notice the ing, preparing, working, and looking, so it's a progressive tense. This one we call it the present perfect progressive tense, in which an action, it started in the past and still happening until today. The difference between them, we're going to come up to it. So, what do we use? Just like the present perfect simple, start with the pronoun he, she, it, they, you, we, still perfect, so has or have, followed by been, then the verb ing. We need the ing because it's a progressive tense. And because it's a perfect tense, we're going to use has or have. Okay? So these they are. Now the examples are, she has been working since 2010. And also, we have been learning online for 5 weeks. So, has been doing, have been doing or learning. Progressive tense. Okay? So these they are. Now let's put them together. The present perfect simple and the present perfect progressive. All of them are perfect tense. And all of them happened in the past and still happening until today. These are examples. How many times has he been to Dubai? Notice how many. And we use the simple tense. How long has he been in Dubai? Now here we used the present perfect progressive. I have run 3 marathons and I have been running since 2010. Here we used have done something, the perfect tense, because what I care about here is the number 3 marathons. When? In the past. It happened. That's all done. We have taken maybe 1 unit. I count the number. However, here I have been running since 2010. Have been running the progressive tense because I care here much more about the number. Since 2001, I care much more about the time, not the number. For how many times? How many times have you run? No, it is the idea of how long, not how many. We have taken 22 pages. I focus here on 22. How many? So, simple tense. We have been learning since August. Have been doing. Here I care much more about the time. So, let's take it one more time. If the question is how many, you will use the present perfect simple. If you care much more about the number, we have taken 22 pages. So, present perfect simple. If you care much more to answer a question about how long for a time, use the present perfect progressive. To give, the answer will be a time or a duration. So, here, how many pages have you read? Many have you read? I have read 10 pages. She has read 30 pages. Notice that I focus here much more about the number 30. How many teams have you played for? Many, so have played. He has played for 3 different teams. How many? I want a number, so present perfect simple. However, how long have you been reading that book? Now here I'm asking about the time. How long? Hanan has been reading a book for 2 hours. The focus is on 2 hours. How long have you been playing football? Since when? Saeed has been playing football since he was 10. Here I focus much more on the duration of time or the time itself. So, is it number or time, simple and progressive? Now let's go to your books, page 22. Exercise B, choose the correct verb form. So, progressive or simple. I have been looking for, or I have looked for, a job for 3 months. This is a time. So, I have been looking for. I have been looking for a job for 3 months. And I still haven't found or haven't been finding one. I'm focusing here on the number. So, I haven't found any. So, for a period of 3 months, have been looking, or have been looking. And how many jobs? I haven't found any. My father has worked or has been working at many different jobs during his career. Many, maybe 3, 4, 10. So number here, he has worked. Adnan has been writing books for years. Time in here. So, he has been writing books for years. But he hasn't received or has not been receiving any awards yet. Now I'm counting the number of awards, 0. However, he hasn't received any. How many? Number. How many pages of that book have you read? How long have you been reading that book? Time, let's say number, or time, simple and progressive. Okay. Now let's go to let's answer these questions about you. Write answers to the following questions about your study of English. I want to know about your experience learning English. How long have you been studying English? Since when? How long? Time. So I have been studying or learning English for 6 years or since 2014. So the focus here is on the time. That's why I have used the ing. How many English teachers have you had? The number of your English teachers. Many. Number. I have had 4 English teachers. Number. How many books have you used for learning English? I have used 12 books. The focus is on the number. How long have you been using this book, this specific book? We will say, I have been using this book for 1 month, since January, since August. Since August. So time. Okay. Now let's check exercise F. It's been raining for 10 minutes. Now this one is in your books, page 23. We're going to form a sentence using the simple and another using the progressive. We're going to take them one by one and try to come up with pictures. What have the people been doing during this time, in these 10 minutes? I will focus on these two men. Look at them. One of them is drinking coffee, the other one is having donuts. So I will say, they have been drinking coffee for 10 minutes. Or I will say, they have drank 4 cups. You can count them. 1, 2, 3, and 4 cups. They have drank 4 cups. One more. Let's look at the man here in the magazine store. He has been reading magazines for 10 minutes. Or he has read 5 pages. I'm counting the number of pages. One more. Look at this man. He's having umbrellas and he's trying to sell. He has been selling umbrellas for 10 minutes. Or we can say he has sold many. I will tell 2 or 3. 2 umbrellas. I focus more on the number itself. Look at this man. He's making a phone call for 10 minutes. He has been calling or talking for 10 minutes. And he has made 2 phone calls. He made 2 phone calls. Okay, back to our friend Adnan in here, and he's still telling us about his experience, his CV. Adnan Ali, who is 25 years old. I am interested in meeting new people. I am good at speaking in public. I am good at solving problems, and I am interested in working with people. These are about our friend Adnan. He's telling us about the things that he likes and the things that he dislikes. I want you to notice in here, what did he use? He used here the form which is adjective, interested, good, and interested, followed by the proposition. What do we mean by proposition? In, on, at, of, any one of these. So here we used in, at, good at, interested in. Then it will be followed by, let's check the gerund. What do we mean by gerund? Gerund is the form of the verb plus ing as a noun. Meeting. Notice, speaking, solving, and we're having working. So, if you want to tell us about your interests, things that you like or you dislike, or you are good at, you will use this one. Adjective, interested, good, proposition, in or at, then followed by the gerund, the ing form of the verb. So, let's continue in here. So, the adjective is just like good, interested, afraid, scared. Proposition like in, on, at, of. You will use the suitable one for the adjective. Then followed by the gerund, which is like speaking, swimming, cooking, walking. And I want to tell you that the gerund is actually a noun. It is a verb plus ing, however it's a noun. Okay, it's the noun. So he is excited about visiting a friend. So excited, this is the adjective. About, this is the proposition. Then visiting, the gerund, ing. One more. She is interested in reading. Interested, adjective. In is the proposition and the gerund, reading. Notice the ing. Interested in doing. Okay, now these are examples from your books on page 22. The form is adjective plus proposition plus the gerund. I am good at using computer. Good at using. I am not very good at speaking in public. Good at speaking. I am interested in working outdoors. So interested in, then working, doing something. I am not interested in working in the computer industry. Interested in and working. This is how to tell about the things, your interests. You speak about things that you like or you are good at. Now let's check in your books, page 23. Find out about your abilities and experiences. Now we're going to put all the things together. This is a picture. Let's try to tell. What skill can you tell about this picture? It's about play a sport. Do you like playing sport? What sport do you like to play or practice? Let's try to do them one by one. I am good at scoring goals. Let's notice, good at, we're using the last one, which is, and the gerund, scoring. Then tell me about your interest. I am interested in playing football. So interested in playing. How about your experience? Things that you have been doing for a long time. I have been playing since I was 5. This is our time. So have been doing. I have been playing football since 2000 maybe. Since I was 10 or 5. And your experience here, I have played many games. Have played, because I have here many. Maybe I will tell 50 games, 50 matches, 2, the number. So your interests here, things that you are good at and interested in, then about your experience. One more, speaking languages, or here a picture for learning languages. So learn languages. Do you like learning languages? Do you like learning English or any other language? Let's speak about the idea in here. I am interested in learning new languages. Interested in, then doing, learning new languages. I am good at learning new languages. So good at, then learning. Speaking about your abilities and your interests. How about your experience? I have been learning English for 5 years. The focus here is on the number. 5 years. So have been doing. Present perfect progressive. Then I have learned 2 languages. Simple, because here I am trying to count the number. 2 languages, English and Arabic. One more. What do we have in here? We're having someone who's riding a bike. So, ride a bike. How about your experience? Do you like bike riding? Let's go. I am good at biking. Good at doing something. What about interested in? I am interested in riding bikes. Interested in doing something. Then how about your experience? I have been riding bikes since last summer. I started last summer and the time is last summer. So I focus here much more on the time. Have been doing. And I have biked once in desert. Just one time in desert. So have done once, it means like one time. One time in desert. So we have put all of them together. Your abilities and interests, how long and how many. Okay? For your homework, I want you to refer to your workbooks, page 16. In your workbooks, page 16, you will do something which is similar to riding bikes and learning languages. Exercise G. Look at the pictures and come up with your own sentences. Okay? I guess that is it for our lesson today. And thank you so much for your time.